again. This is so amateur hour, if that's okay. Let's begin standing. Yay, there's a little tiny breeze. Teeny, teeny, tiny. Thanks for coming, everybody. Make sure if you don't have a water, jump in the ocean when you need to. We might get in there, we'll see. So let's begin with our little kind of wiggles. Rock into the balls of your feet, rock into your heels, maybe a little pumping of your fingertips. Then let's slide our hands out by our sides. Let's teeter on over to the left to start, and before you lift your right arm up, kind of bump into that right foot a little bit, and almost like you're pulling something from the ground. Find that really nice awareness through the right side of your body, and then shift your gaze down your left side, kind of relax your arm a little bit, and we're going to come right back through the center where we came. Before we go to the other side, let's take both hands up and kind of feel that nice evenness. Exhale into a back bend, maybe linger there for a moment if your neck likes a little bit of wiggling. Press your hands back up, slide them wide of you, let them land. Notice even the teeniest uptick in your heart rate. Begin to slide into that right side and then anchor through your left. Scoop your hand out like you're lifting and come all the way up and over and find that really nice stretch. If your hands are activated like me, maybe soften them a little bit, roll your wrists. Good morning, Megan. And soften the right side. Inhale back through center. Ooh, I'm already sweating. Arms reach up to the sky. Let's take our hands together. Curl them inside out. And then invite those hands to the base of your skull and relax your arms for a moment. Just relax them. Activate your legs. Make sure you're not passive through there. Press the ground away. Lift up and press your head back of your hands. Inhale's going to lift us through center. Take your hands high, slide them down by your hips. A slow, careful descent like you're sitting in a chair that you're not sure is going to hold you up. Wiggle down in there. And before we come down, let's just do a really simple twist. Just open and scissor. Look to the left. Inhale back through the middle. Hands slide down. Find that seat. Extend your left arm forward. Look to the right. Hands slide center. Let your hands find your upper thighs. Let your shoulders slide back and make your slow descent. You can make a few pit stops and rearrange your feet on the way down, but begin to travel all the way into that first Uttanasana. And when you arrive here, your head below your heart, make note this is a place to always kind of find a little bit of coolness if you feel like you're overheating in your mind or your body. A little bit of movement, and most importantly, a lot of attention to your breath, the one that's happening now. Nothing more, nothing less. Getting in your body, not your mind so much. Don't fight the heat today. Just listen to it. If your body needs to come down and take a breather, please do so. Let's go ahead and take our fingers to the ground, and we're gonna either walk our hands forward or walk our feet back and find an early down dog. So just kind of dig your fingers in, pedal out your feet, find that kind of sweet spot for you today. Shake your head a little side to side. Remember that grip on the earth is really important, so grab that clump of sand. And we're just down dogging it, so just don't worry about anticipating me asking you to do something else. Just kind of really play with that placement of your feet, the bending of your knees, maybe the bending of your elbows, and a nice heavy long length across your neck. Now Now let's linger here for just 3 more breaths and just see if you can just pay attention to those breaths without forcing anything, just allowing what's here to be here. In that final exhalation, let your knees meet the ground. And once we come to our first tabletop, again, rearrange the grip, both of your knees and shins and feet. And once you find that strong foundation, go ahead and begin to spread the back of your body, the front of your body, through your cows, your cats, and whatever else shows up. For me, sometimes as I grip the ground, I'll share little bitty things. For example, it's like I have a big clump of sand, but I'm kind of rotating the sand a little bit outward at times. Not really moving it, but that makes a little space across my chest when I come into my cow pose. And then when I come into my cat, I kind of turn the dials a little bit inward so I can round through the back of my body a little bit more. So maybe play with that sort of movement, or not really movement, just intention. And once you've played enough with all that good stuff, make your way to our first child's pose. Allow your hips to draw back towards your heels, allow your body to settle in, and make your way to that first place where we don't have to do anything anymore. No movement, no resisting gravity. In fact, the active kind of inviting of surrender, of letting go. Again, a little bit of gratitude today for that soft breeze I'm feeling. Maybe allow your forehead to roll a little side to side, your jaw to wiggle, your shoulders to spread, your belly to fill and kind of loosen. And again, the simple intention of allowing what's here to be here. No attaching, no labeling good or bad. Just filling up and emptying out like our Mother Ocean. Let's do our old favorite side body stretch and walk our hands over to the left. So take them over towards the dell and firm up your grip when you land. Press back into your shins. Draw your hips towards your heels. Shoulders stay wide. Breath comes easy, but a slight uptick because you're gripping and stretching and using your muscles, kind of burrowing yourself into the sand. We're gonna try a little trick now. Leave your right hand where it is, and we're gonna kind of do a little yummy shoulder stretch. So you're gonna kind of lay down on that right cheek and walk your left hand forward and kind of lift your hips a little bit. So you're sliding into your threading of the needle, but you're somewhere in between. You might be in the child's pose all the way, or you might lift your hips. Just kind of rolling into that shoulder for a moment while we're here. You could grip the earth a little bit with that hand extended towards the ocean. Most importantly, you're breathing. And then reverse out of it, back to the side body stretch. Let that hand slide back again, and we'll come through center. As we come through center, let's rise back to the tabletop first. Kind of release the compression of our hips, of our knees, of our ankles. Curl your toes under and get all the way into a downward dog to start. Or not to start, but to sort of pit stop. Pedal it out, shake your head side to side, shimmy around. Exhale is gonna take you back down to the table, into your cows and cats, just to kind of find that sweet spot, and then all the way back to your child's pose. Grip the earth, wiggle around, and then make your way, when you're ready, over to side two, walking your hands over to the right, gripping, noticing without judgment that, yeah, it's different on side two. Breathe. In those days where things are a little hot, it's nice to offer yourself that audible exhalation every so often. So keep the back body spreading, the front body opening. One more nice grip before we before we roll into that shoulder stretch. So keep your left hand rooted, slide your right hand across, and then maybe begin to rearrange that left hand, walking it a little bit more, what should I say, perpendicular, whatever. You know what I mean. Too many descriptions. But again, kind of arrange it in the sweet spot for you. It might be hips staying low, hips lifting, might be a grip with that hand reaching to the ocean or not. Notice if you're using your belly, kind of use your belly a little bit. And then when you're ready to let it go, slide back, let both hands kind of come where they started, and then walk your way back through center. This time, instead of rising, we'll stay low and come on the earth and get long. Point your toes. Good morning, everybody, all my new yogis that showed up. And when you're ready, let's inhale to a low locust. Not too crazy, just sort of levitating just away from the earth, getting that belly awake, getting nice and spread out, letting that breeze help you rise and float. Maybe move your head a little side to side. Now draw your toes a little closer together, lay your legs down, take your hands underneath your shoulders or really further back by your ribs, your grasshopper arms for your cobra. From your cobra, let's go right into a sphinx, just to find that too. Slide your forearms on the ground, slide your heart a little forward, drop your head for a moment. Use that belly, use your booty, squeeze your butt so your tailbone draws back, point your toes, press your feet into the ground. And if you want to, as you press into those forearms, you can lift your gaze, which is gonna make it a little more intense back bend. And then finally, your choice for the third one, cobra, sphinx, or upward facing dog, or another locust pose, or opt out of any. From there, back to your table, give yourself a really nice, strong, long cat pose. And then when ready, back to down dog. Perfect. From our downward facing dog, dig those fingers in, pedal out your feet, shake your head a little side to side. Take your left foot to the sky. Extend through your toes first. Then roll that ankle around, draw a circle. Now bend at your knee and draw a circle in both directions with that knee. Finally, meet me stacking that side of your body open with your hip opening towards the hotel bell. Last point of contact, knee to nose, lips or belly. To the sky, foot to the earth. Either stay in your down dog or come to a high plank, or a high plank on your knees, lower to your belly, opt for your cobra, sphinx, or upward facing dog, exhale to your down dog. Remember, always any vinyasa, any flow, anything is optional. You guys are powerful to do what you need to do. All right, once you found your down dog, did your dance, take our right foot to the sky, point your toes, and roll that ankle in each direction. Offer a bend of that knee, flexing your foot to keep your muscles nice and engaged as you roll the circle in each direction with that bent knee. Finally, the stacking, opening through the right side of you, foot flexed. Re-extend your leg, exhale knee to nose, back to the sky, and foot to the earth. All right, gaze lifts, knees bend, heart and head lift. Hop, step, or jump your feet to your fold. Kind of linger into that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive to standing. Was he talking to us? Palms come together. Okay. Exhale into a wide angle back bend. All right, let's take our hands down now. Add a little line. Oh, you think there's somebody in the tent? I get it. Sorry, I'm like a nosy pants. I probably should have said it further. That's okay. We're on the beach. Everybody's welcome. So let's on your outer knee or thigh and really kind of firm up that opening. Inhale the way you came into it, lift back up, slide both hands behind you, and then a nice slow rising as we come up to standing. Roll your wrists around, palms come together. Let's just pull a prayer right through, forward fold. Find that nice coolness, head dangling, maybe arms cradling. You do what feels good to you. Inhale, halfway lift, fold to your legs. Let's do 2 more of those. A halfway lift, fold to your legs, and 1 more time, halfway lift. To your legs, and then to the sky, however you'd like to come. Palms meet, and then let's separate them all the way back down again to find a bind at the base of your spine with the awkward grip. Wiggle in, draw your shoulders down and around. This time, instead of coming right away down, let's look up again and find that nice openness. Notice where the weight is in your feet, and just try to even it out. The balls of your feet, the heels, inner arches are rising, so there's kind of some effort. And as your gaze comes around to meet the ocean, then commence with your descent into your chair pose. Once you find your chair, leave your right hand behind, float your left arm forward, and we'll twist to our hard-working bulldozer guy, and then slide into that a little deeper twist as your forearm comes to the outer edge of your knee or thigh. Nice. Really press and make that connection to open that heart, but keep your feet and hips and knees facing the ocean. Inhale, lift back up into the twist, and then we'll press both hands behind us, find a bind, high, and then heel toe your feet wider. We're gonna make our way halfway kind of down into a little squat here, maybe a little side to side to find that sweet spot, and then into a twist. So drop your right hand down, place it a little further forward than you might normally, just to get that length of your spine before you press into that left leg and lift your left hand high. Let's again rotate on the axis of our spine and thread the needle. Really bend your left knee so you can reach as far through as you can, and then press your way back out of it as you reach to the sky. Both hands come to the earth. Drop into your forward fold. Let your heels pivot a wee bit out and your toes a wee bit in to offer a little deeper, easier forward fold. Maybe walk your hands a little forward to get a nice kind of down dog stretch with your back body. Walk your hands back through center, heels pivot in, knees bend. Lift yourself halfway so your head is above your heart. And if at any point this doesn't feel right on your back, come all the way up and then come down. So make sure you're always really nice to that back. We do not want to cause harm or discomfort in that space. So once you're here, we'll go to side 2. Take your left hand down, reach it a little further away from you. Begin to lengthen the right side of you as your right hand goes high. Again, just play with where the sweet spot is for you. Engage your belly and pull that right hand through as you bend your right knee and reach as far as you can to the dell. Come all the way back out of it. Exhale, both hands to the earth. Heel toe your feet this time back to where they belong to support you. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold to your legs. Palms, let's step our left foot back to a low lunge. So left foot comes back. We're in our low lunge. Side 1. Drop your knee down to start to make sure you got that nice kind of footing. Your right knee is 90 degrees, and let's revolve it right away and just take your right hand high. From there, you're always welcome to pull your knee away from the ground if you so desire. Come on back and meet me in your low lunge, and now we'll do a little bit of playing with our lifting of our hips. So lengthen and lift. A little, almost like you were headed to pyramid, which we are gonna do soon. And then after the final time, you're gonna head straight or through the high plank to low, to cobra, sphinx, or upward facing dog, and then everybody meets in down dog. So remember, you gotta do what serves your body, nothing more than that and nothing less. From your down dog, let's take our right foot to the sky this time. Exhale, knee across to opposite elbow and back to the sky. Exhale, knee to same side elbow, tricep to the sky, right into a stacked hip. This time, maybe add the little look underneath your right armpit, almost like you might tip over. Then release your foot to the ground. Take a break in between sides. Take a few breaths in your down dog. Do what you need. And when you're ready, actually, let's all take a break. It's hot. Water break, right? And when you're ready, we'll pull our hips back to the sky and extend your left foot up to the sky. Exhale, pulling from your belly all the way, knee to opposite elbow. It's like that's your energy, is your belly. Knee to tricep to the sky, but open up right away. Enjoy that full body stretch. Look underneath that left armpit. And then swirl yourself back down to meet the earth. Lift your gaze, hop, step, or jump to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your right foot back to a low lunge. Left knee stays nice and bent. Drop your knee down to start. I think you did the other one on the other side. So then, yep, no worries. And then keep your palm rooted to revolve. Linger in the stretch, take your time. Feel that hip, feel your inner thighs. Knee can come up or stay down, or both. Come back to center. Okay, from here, a little lifting and lowering, a little kind of strong awareness of your feet, of your inner thighs, of your hips. And then the next time you lower, look down, frame your foot, and slide your left foot back either to your three-legged dog, do whatever you like, or high plank through the chaturanga, which is the lowering. Inhale to cobra, sphinx, or up dog, and to down dog, or whatever you want. Remember, you could be in a child's pose, you could be in a tabletop. Inhale's gonna take us right through to a forward fold. Find your way, there's no rush. There's no wrong way to get there. The only wrong way would be if it's not the right way for you. Inhale, roll up to standing this time. Give yourself that really nice, slow awareness. Let your hands slide down by your hips, and this time, firm up through your feet. Wiggle in. Drop your head a little side to side, and then commit to pressing through the soles of your feet like you were trying to get a little bit taller. Like I had my hand hovering right above your head, and I knew you could stretch your spine higher. So you gotta enlist your belly, enlist your hands pushing down. All right, let's take them all the way up now that we've firmed up the lower half of us, and do our full half moon pose. Squeeze your biceps into your ears. Come up and over to the left. Bump to the right. Look to the sky. And thank you, breeze. Inhale back through center. Soften your shoulders again, but strong in your arms. Pull up and over to the right. Bump your hips to the left. Nicely done. Inhale back through center. Arms go wide. Sit down to your chair. Rotate in. And from here, we're gonna scoop our left hand forward. Take a lift and rise to one-legged mountain. From one-legged mountain, hands to heart or keep them lifted. Stepping back to warrior one, maybe through a warrior three. Or your hands on the ground, standing L. Step on back when you're ready. Find your warrior one stance. Both hips and shoulders are facing the ocean. And then sweep your arms up however you like. Biceps again towards your ears. Shoulders where they live. Okay, let's ease ourselves a little bit forward. Keep reaching, and then windmill your right arm open to look to the north. Drop your right hand behind you. Now lift that left hand high and exalt that sort of twisted reverse warrior. Inhale's gonna take you back down. Slide your hand behind you. Find a bind. A little humble warrior. Come on down. Inhale, we rise back up. Release your hands back to warrior one. Open to warrior two. Facing the, oh, I guess you were on the other leg, but that's okay. You can face that way and then do it the other way. Do you know what I mean? And guess what, Roy? You're gonna be my warrior two example in my, haha, you're on film.
But I'm in the witness protection program.
So, from warrior two, we're going to reverse our warrior. Maybe take both hands up if you want to, but you don't have to. Let's split it back to warrior two. Sit a little lower and then come all the way up. Exhale back to warrior two. Tip on into extended side angle. Maybe hand comes down from the earth, forearm, whatever you like. Nicely done. Okay, we're going to come down to a low lunge here. From there, revolve your low lunge again. Exhale, both hands frame your foot. Inhale, find your way home to either a downward dog or through your vinyasa. So do your thing, find your way, and meet me and everybody else in a down dog if that's where you want to be. From here, take your right foot high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, back to the sky. Release your foot to the ground. Right foot rises. Exhale, knee to nose like you're pulling something with your foot and back to the sky. Foot to the earth. Hop, step, or jump your feet forward. Find that forward fold. Wiggle in. Inhale takes us right back to standing with a roll, with a dive, whatever you like. Let your hands unfold to the sky. Exhale into any back bend you like. Inhale, press your palms to the sky. Ooh, nicely done. Okay, we're gonna come back down to chair. I don't remember how we got there. We're gonna open up to the right side. And from here, we scoop that right arm forward and rise back to our one-legged mountain. Yay! Kind of find that strong stance, strong belly, and your hands can do what you want. Coming to your heart's gonna give you a little more stability. They can also come down to the ground. Just reach through and drop when you need to. Find your warrior one on side two. Let your hands find where they need to be. Let's actually add a little wide angle back bend while we're here. Perfect. Inhale, lift, and then pull that torso forward. Pause in that nice 45-degree angle. Then we're gonna reach a little further with that right hand and open our left hand as we twist and look in the opposite direction. Perfect. So let's see. I think you might be on the opposite leg. So switch your legs. There you go. And then you'll twist this way. So you were twisting the right way. There we go. All right, from there we come back to warrior one. Actually, we stayed down here and found the bind. Yeah, I messed myself all up, but I think we're on the right track. Humble warrior, ladies and gentlemen. Notice what's happening in your legs. Our forward leg likes to sort of take all the action here. So firm up that extended leg as well. Your arms do not need to stay bound. Let's release them when you're ready. Rise to warrior one, and then open to warrior two on side two. And this time, just because I got this janky thing going up, we'll look at the back of Roy. Roy, you're a superstar. to three-legged dog or in whatever way you'd like to come. So maybe you're doing your vinyasa, maybe you're resting. You do you. But we'll meet in our down dog, and from our downward dog, look to your hands and hop, step, or jump your feet straight away to a forward fold. We're gonna hang here for several breaths. This is one of those options to layer on something in your forward fold. Maybe it's a gentle bind, hugging the backs of your calves. Maybe it's grabbing your big toes or sliding the whole palm of your hand under the sole of your foot. Just sort of play with something. Most importantly, arriving in the breath that's happening now, feeling the nice breeze move through your legs, through your hair. Soften something that might have 10-step again. When you're ready, release any bind you've got. We'll inhale, halfway lift. Fold to your legs. Right foot's gonna stay rooted. Left foot's gonna come back to a low lunge. Perfect. As we do, we'll revolve while we're here. Right hand rises. Exhale, both hands come down to the earth. Once again, we'll play with the lift and the lowering. So as you press your hips up, almost imagine you're pulling your feet closer together, and not like you have to straighten that forward leg, but it's like you're eventually going to. And then the next time you lift, stay in the lift and draw that left foot a little closer so you can lower the sole of your foot down as if it's a warrior one back foot. Your forward leg is on its way to straight. It may not be straight. So this is pyramid pose. If possible, you might lift up halfway, but only if your legs are happy with that feeling. Hands can slide behind you. Lower again, really strong in your foundation. Do 2 more of those. See if you can lift. You're squeezing your inner thighs a bit. And then after the last one, we're gonna drop just our left hand down. Keep your, and if this is way not working for you, drop your knee down so you could be on your back knee, that left knee, okay? Revolved triangle. So you're keeping your hand on the earth and opening your chest to look towards Tower 6C. Your hand can stay on your hip, or you could take it to the sky. Perfect. Exhale, both hands down. All right, just for fun, we're also gonna play with an Ardha Chandrasana. So that might mean you wanna step and kneel on that right knee if that was not working for you. But if you want to stay lifted, come back to your pyramid and lift halfway one more time. Exhale, lower. And this time we're kind of doing the same thing but opening to the dell. You're going to want to walk your right hand forward, a little outside on your baby toe side, and begin to explore lifting your left leg. Now again, this can be on your knee, okay? Kind of like that side plank on your knee. Both hands can stay grounded, or you can begin to attempt the opening and the stacking of your hips as you face the hotel dell. Nicely done, you guys. I'm so mean. Finally, when you're ready, if you can, carefully drop that foot back down to meet the earth. Awesome. All right, good news. We're just going to step both feet forward to a forward fold. Yippee! Kind of linger there for a moment, even though it might not have seemed like a lot. Those balancing poses, a little tricky. So be patient and kind and grateful to yourself and your body. Inhale, roll to standing. Arms sweep high, take them all the way up overhead. Exhale into any back bend you want. Inhale, lift. Swan dive down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold to your legs. Left foot stays rooted. Right foot steps back to a low lunge. Side two, kind of know what you're in for. Try not to anticipate or get worried about it. First, we're just doing the lifting and the lowering. So we're just kind of exploring using those muscles in our inner thighs, kind of finding our foundation, using your breath and focus. The next time you lift, slide your right foot a little closer so you can find that pyramid stance. Each hip needs its own space. There can absolutely be a bend in that forward knee. You don't want to lock it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And one more lift. And this time, leave your left hand up. Drop your right hand down. Another thing about the placement of your hand, wherever it's landed is fine. You might find though, if you get more stable, walking your hand on top of your foot or even to the pinky side of your foot can feel good as you revolve that Trikonasana facing the Hotel Del. A block could have been handy if you had one, or if you're in a yoga studio practicing this, but always options. When you're ready to come out of it, carefully slide both hands back down to your pyramid. We'll inhale in between sides one time. Exhale, lower. And this time, we attempt our flying in our half moon. So your left hand comes forward. You begin to lift that right leg. Your hand can stay on your hip as you open your chest. That strong flexed foot really helps. And thank you, Deb Kaller, for being our model for on your knee. A lot more stable. Take one more nice deep breath, and when you're ready to either fall out of it or come out of it, step to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Reverse swan dive to standing. Take it all the way up nice and slowly. Let those hands come together and offer yourself another bind at the base of your skull. Or wherever you want, honestly. Press your head back into your hands or let your hands anchor at the base of your spine. It can be the back bend of your choice. We'll inhale and lift and slide down to our chair pose again. All right, from this chair pose, hands to heart, our little traditional one. Remember, you don't have to be really low, you can be up high, but use your center, your strong belly to pull yourself over to the right. We'll do our sword from stone, so keep your hands clasped and slice those hands back behind your hips, anchoring that forearm on the back on your thigh. And then take your palms together to grab your sword, and as you inhale, we'll pull all the way up. Kind of notice all the muscles you get to use. When we come up, just a nice soft back bend of your choice, big and wide open, cactusing, whatever you like. Pull your hands to your heart, find your prayer, and notice for a moment what your heartbeat's doing, what your breath's doing. Take a drink of water if you need to, and then we'll all meet in our seats. There's no rush. We're gonna nestle in here for a moment, belly strong, and then we'll pull to the right side this time. Say good morning to our lifeguard. Must be about 9 o'clock. From here, either open your arms or come right back to the sword grab. Do whatever you want as you kind of nestle in, but take a little time down here to kind of firm up through the legs, draw your shoulders back, heart forward, and then from the bottom of you, pull that sword out of the stone, take it up to the sky. This time, let's let our hands come all the way down behind us, either a bind or supporting our low back, and find another back bend. Press into the soles of your feet, lift your heart. Exhale, we're gonna come all the way down to a forward fold. Hands can release when you're ready. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step both feet back to a high plank. And remember, a high plank doesn't need to be a high plank. I want your shoulders in your body. Use that strong grip to kind of awaken those pecs. That's the front of your chest. We're just gonna hang here for the rest of class. I know I haven't done that really bad one in a long time. And just kind of wiggle in. We're gonna head into started on your knee, so left knee down, or if you're already in it, do whatever side you're in, and then open up into that side plank. If you're feeling like flying, lift your leg. If you're feeling like a full plank, take both feet back. Do your version, just be mindful not to think too much about it other than being nice to your body, but challenging yourself at the same time if you like. Come back through center. We're gonna head through a vinyasa or a child's pose or a tabletop. So do your thing. And then we're all meeting in a momentary child's pose. Let's kind of get that nice sense of groundedness and a few breaths in that point where we're not fighting gravity, and you can come back to softening what you need and awakening what you need. Maybe offer your hands the placement by your feet to give your shoulders that added release, or wherever your hands or arms would like to be. Linger for a few more breaths. Scan your body like you have like a laser going down, and everywhere that laser slices through, you feel this nice warm softness. Or maybe we want it to be cool softness today. To make our way back to plank, you could pop up right there, or you could do another vinyasa. Sliding forward, inhaling to cobra, sphinx, or upward facing dog, and then meeting in our plank. And again, we'll kind of find the plank first, firm up through your feet, pull your heels back as you at the same time kind of draw the crown of your head and heart forward. Making our way to side two. We roll over, make sure you've got those joints stacked. Hips lift a bit. Hands are spread wide. Breathing, most importantly. Give yourself as much time as you like on side two, at least as much as you did on side one. And then make your way back to table. I mean plank. But from plank, I lied. We're gonna drop to table and give our shoulders that full threading of the needle. So from here, cows and cats, whatever you need to settle yourself in, take your left arm forward for a moment. Before we thread the needle, kick your right foot back. Let's get a little more strong, some strengthening with some more stability. So knee and elbow can either come out or come directly in underneath you. So let's just do a few of those. We all move at a nice different pace. Just give yourself 3 or 4 to kind of get that really nice strong foundation. And remember, you can move one leg or one arm instead of both. Finally, meet me down with all 4 points on the ground, and then sweep your left hand high. Take it up, roll your wrist, and then we're gonna slide it underneath. Lay your body down, rest that shoulder in the earth. Arrange your body how you like. In other words, you can walk those right fingertips to the ocean. You might slide your right toes back, and you might even lift that leg up. Totally up to you. Just be mindful of making it safe. To come out of it, we're going to carefully guide our way back, hand and knee down. Come on out of it and sweep your hand back to the ground. Wiggle in. Do whatever you need to find your new spaces in the ground. And then we got to do that thing again. I know I'm so mean today. Take your right arm forward and your left foot back. And remember, you don't need to do both, each arm and leg. Do what works. Find your version, and maybe it's not anything like mine. Just kind of explore 3 or 4. And don't forget to breathe. When you're ready, replant all 4 points on the ground. With your inhale, take that right hand high, give your wrist a little love, feel that openness through the chest, and then pull that needle through, actually I should say, the thread, you're threading the needle, through the eye of your needle. Close your eyes, let the sun give you a little vitamin D as you maybe walk your left arm forward. You can always slide that left foot back and maybe even lift it off the ground. The good news is if you fall over, it's a pretty soft landing. Take everything back to the ground before you take the thread out of your needle. Take your hand to the earth. Okay. Back to down dog for our pigeon poses. So let's lift our hips. Do your little dance. Make sure it feels good. Get into that nice, strong, upside down space. Take your right foot to the sky to start. Exhale, knee high on your tricep, and then head right in. Remember, this can be on your back. Figure 4. Do whatever serves your body. And if you're me, you're saying thank you to the breeze. Yippee. So give yourself that gift of settling in, of letting the back of you kind of soften. There can be some wiggles, maybe your toes, maybe roll your head side to side. Sometimes that curling our toes under on our extended leg and reaching our heel back. In doing so, that knee might lift away, a little engagement of your quadricep, your hip flexor on that left side. But do what works for you. See if you could soften your shoulders here. Sometimes when we're on our forearms, our shoulders kind of slide up to our ears. Maybe walk your elbows a little wider or support your head with your hands. Just see about doing the releasing rather than the engaging. To come on out of it, we'll do our usual walking back. You can offer yourself that lift, that up dog if you're really buoyant in your legs. And then the strong foundation, toes curled under. Find that powerful you and unwind your pigeon. Do any kind of rebound that feels good, a roll, a flip, a stretch, whatever you like. Nothing is necessary other than what you need. And then come back for side 2. Our left foot's gonna float high. Take your knee high on your tricep. Begin to take your toes across your body and lay that shin down. Once you've landed, wiggle your body on in, arrange the sand to support you, and be really kind and mindful. It's happened to me, but if you ever have those tweaky sensations in your body, immediately listen and adjust. Never forcing through any pain. So maybe roll that head side to side again. Notice where your shoulders are in your body. Can you give them a little bit more space and walk your elbows wider? Maybe toes curl under as you draw that knee away from the earth, reaching through your heel. And if you're extending that leg, give the folded pigeon wing just a little bit of added effort as well, flexing your foot or pointing your toes. And then soften whatever you've added. Carefully kind of lift yourself up like you're waking up in the morning, and then get a little more wide awake and lift if you want that chest. Plant with that strong belly, curl your toes under, and we'll find our way back to our one-legged down dog and do your thing. And maybe it's the same or maybe it's completely different than the other side. Nice flip, Roy. Come on back through center. Hop, step, or jump your feet to your forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing. Roll your shoulders down and around. We're gonna pop into some trees. So wiggle in. Find your roots. Stay planted in your right leg or whichever leg you desire. Find that one-legged mountain first, perhaps. Do your thing. And then find your tree. reach, and then tick-tock in. Open, lengthen, lift. Move your head a little side to side. Make it feel good. And then to come out of it, reverse and find a bind if you like. And I have to protect my phone from overheating. My super fancy shade here. And once you've reversed and bound, let it go, pivot your toes in, and we'll find our beach ball back bend. So lift and lengthen and feel that the wind roll that beach ball right up in your back body. Inhale, swan dive down, forward fold. We'll be down here again to do your free time, but this time do again maybe something like a side to side lunge or a twist or a deeper forward fold. Couple more breaths before you start making your way back to standing, making your way back to the center, finding your roots, and then lifting into your tree pose on side two. That right foot's gonna rise, maybe linger and play, or shift that sand around, and then find your tree on side two. I don't know about you, but lately the sand feels like glue. Or maybe I'm like glue. That's probably what it is. Your hands can stay wide for your karate kick or not. And we'll drop on in and pivot and face our lifeguard party. Grab your tug of war rope right away, reach and lengthen, and dive on in when you're ready. As always, this forward knee does not need to be abs shouldn't be locked. A bend offers that kind of awareness that you're using your muscles and pushing the ground away, driving the crown of your head forward, lifting your heart. To come out of it, we'll come on back. I think I forgot to reverse earlier. So find the reverse first, and then find the bind if you desire. Unwind, pivot back through center. Final standing pose, beach ball back bend. Let's get ready for it. Relax your arms. Let's slice them through the middle, and then like you're kind of pushing something away. Get as big and wide open as possible through the front of you, and open through the back of you as well as you rest on that beach ball. Inhale, rise. Hands can do what they want. Stay wide. Find your hips. Swan dive down. Take it slow. Go fast. And then find your way into your forward fold and whatever the heck else shows up. Maybe it's a forward fold, which is all you need. Maybe it's something else like a crow pose, or a headstand, handstand, or a twist, or something I don't even know. So no anticipation, no pressure, just the whatever shows up. And then make your way, when you're ready, to your malasana if you so desire. There's no rush. And find a lift through your chest. Shimmy into those feet. And then we'll maybe find a boat pose without letting our hands touch the ground if we can. You don't have, it's okay if they do. Maybe look around, get that nice little boat twist action today. And then meet me in the middle for those 3 breaths. Bye, you guys. I took a little long. You're welcome. And then your hug. So give yourself your hug. Be sure to make it the one that you need, from you, to you, for you. Be sure to tell yourself you love yourself, and then add in all those hugs that we miss, both receiving and giving. ready, before we come back, we'll do a quick forward fold, just a little one. And after you get that nice yumminess, then come on up and back. And if on your way down you need a drink of water, grab it. I went a teeny bit over, it's 9:32, but we're pretty much going right into our twists in a moment. So settle yourself in. Gather your right knee to your chest when you're ready. Give it a hug, roll your ankle around, or rock and roll that knee around. You can grab underneath your thigh or on top of your shin. Bump your hips a wee bit to the right and then draw your knee across to the left. Open up, arms wide. Find the version that works for you. Maybe your gaze is also floating towards the north. Settle into the sand, feel the sky. And again, that blessed ocean breeze. Ride the wave of your own breath through center. Meet me for one quick bridge pose, feet on the ground. Find that nice neutral spine as you lift your hips towards the sky. Take your time here, and then take even more time to lower your spine back down. Invite left knee in, right leg long. Again, do what you need on side two, just as much effort. Point, flex, roll your ankle, do your thing. Bump your hips a wee bit to the left before you begin your twist, and open your arms wide. Gaze over your left arm, and settle in. Soften what you notice. You might have layered on effort. Instead, try to take your foot off the gas and roll with your breath back to center. Right into your happy baby pose. Spread through the back of your body. Grab the backs of your thighs. Grab your feet. Grab whatever you want. Close your eyes so you don't get an eye full of sand. Take your time, or let it go right away, but find your way into your Shavasana. Gather what you need, maybe to cover your face, maybe, I don't know, anything. And then settle. A little wiggle of your jaw, maybe. A little pointing and flexing of your feet. And then turn all your attention to your breath for a moment. And from like the inside of you looking out, feel the breath fill your body. Watch the rhythm and without any control. This kind of nestling into your own rhythm and cadence. And we have this obvious benefit of also Mother Nature's rhythm and cadence being part of our own this morning. So in that same vein, as though a nice cool ocean tide is sliding down the back of you, feel that release, that surrender through your neck, down your shoulders, wrapping around your arms until you feel the drip off your fingers down to your back body, low back especially, a coolness and ease as spreading out, wrapping around to your hips, wrapping back to your hamstrings, your quadriceps, your knees, down to your toes. And then the filling up as the tide rolls in and you fill with this life force, your breath, your belly expands, your lungs fill, your heart beats, throat opens, and a line of energy of light shines through you with this peace and calm that you invited in. And here in the state of peace and calm, let go completely of what no longer serves you, whether you know it's here or not. So release with your exhale any heaviness, any armor, any rigidity that's kind of built up. And as you inhale, be filled instead and nice and wide open in the knowing that you're whole and completed enough, a source of the peace and calm, a source of joy, a source of strength, resilience, kindness, but mostly love for yourself and therefore for one another and for everyone. And the reminder that you're perfect as you are in every breath and in every moment. You can stay here as long as you like. Before you commence with your drawing yourself awake, perhaps linger in the stillness and layer on that awareness of how you feel, the peace and calm that you created, that we have to keep reminding ourselves that we know how to do it. So let that sink in so you can access that superpower whenever, wherever you need to, just with your breath. You can begin your wiggles if you haven't already and roll to one side and give yourself that moment of groundedness and gratitude to Mother Earth and promise to take care of her. Send out your positive vibe to someone you'd like to lift up, and then join me and the rest of the heated yogis on our seats, and we'll seal in our practice. So hands over heart, lift your gaze, send out some gratitude for whatever you're grateful for, and shift that gratitude right back to yourself as you honor yourself, which you have done already by taking care of yourself and everybody else. Arms out to the sides, we'll teeter on around and look around at our beautiful surroundings. If not a little warm today, take it all the way up. Before we seal it, send it out, and take what you need. Pull your heart to hands, drop your gaze one more time, and allow me to offer you brave yogis that came out in the heat my gratitude and blessings, and namaste. All right. Oh no, thank you guys. You guys did a hot yoga class today. So my quote was, pardon me? What?
Hot yoga.
I know. Yes, you do. Now we're going for a run. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. I love Anne Lamott. This is one of her quotes. Don't look at your feet to see if you're doing it right. Just dance. Isn't that cute? Just like, so anyway, it was really cute. A little birthday card somebody gave me with that quote. And I grabbed it this morning. I was like, I know, there's that quote. Anywho. So another beautiful day. Oh, if not a wee bit warm.